let me show you how you can add some atmosphere to your photos to make them even more punchy and fun. Let's do this. Let's start with this photo of some kind of sci-fi buildings, and I will just build the scene quickly. So let's add even more images right there. These are background buildings. I will put them in the back, and now you can see it's a really big mess. There is no separation between the buildings, so by adding that kind of atmosphere we'll achieve all of this. Also, I will go with some kind of pipes here and put them all the way to the front. Also, let's add some astronaut. All right, really cool astronaut. Then I will go with some spaceship right there. So this one, and I will put it all the way back. This is spaceship carrier, and also I want to add some smaller spaceships that are coming out of this spaceship carrier just below it. And yeah, it's really cool, but it's a big mess. So we need a background. For background I have two versions. So one is to use a gradient layer here and choose the foreground to background, but I will change this, so foreground to background, and just go right there, choose the colors and make some kind of cool sunset type of feeling right here. So I like this, and this is the idea, to make some kind of sunset vibe here. This is one way, and that's really cool. So I will move this all the way back. So that's one way. Another way is to find some kind of real photo of the background, like I found it here with the sun that will be right there, for example. And this is another way. So we have two backgrounds. We will use one of them. I will see which one, and maybe we'll combine them. But this is like the whole photo, and it looks good. It looks really cool, interesting. Like this is an astronaut looking at a spaceship carrier, flying around with these small spaceship, etc. But we need an atmosphere and separation and everything to make this even more punchy. So let's do it. First thing that I like to do is to add that kind of haze effect on these buildings. Let's start with the back buildings right there. So I will copy the name here and press Ctrl or Command G on the keyboard, and then just paste the name. A really fast way to do this. Okay, so this is in a group. Now I will go with the gradient again, but this time I will go with this color and switch to foreground to empty, to transparent, okay, to that, and then just go, and I don't want to use radial, I want to linear gradient, so like this, and already looking really cool. So I'll push it all the way down, maybe from here, something like this, and then put it all above the group. Alt or Option key on a Mac and clip it to affect only the buildings. This is really cool. Now I will lower the opacity a little bit. Do exactly the same for the front building. So let's find them. It's right there. Control or Command G. I will copy this and paste it here. And by holding Alt or Option key, I will duplicate this and clip it to affect only the front buildings. All right. Now we are missing one more adjustment layer, and that's hue and saturation. With hue and saturation, we can play with different saturation and hue of the buildings, etc. So I will go something like this. Copy also hue and saturation all the way here, clip it there, and I will lower the saturation on the back buildings. Okay, looks good for now. We will tweak this later. Also, this one will be even less opaque, something like that. You can see now we already have some kind of separation between front and back buildings, and also I can move this a little bit up if I want. And the beauty of this is whenever you're using any other tool and you want to change the gradient, you can just go right there to the gradient, press G on a keyboard, and you have all the options to change it however you want. Okay, now let's do for the spaceship. So spaceship carrier, again, I will make the separate group, and exactly the same thing. I will copy these two layers, put it right there, clip it to affect the group, both of them, and tweak it a little bit. So I will go this time and put it up like this, because it will go from the sun all over there, and it will be something like this, I think. Yeah, I think this is cool. Maybe to lower the opacity a little bit. because this is even more further away from the background buildings, I will lower the saturation even more, like that. But actually, for the front buildings, I will boost the saturation. Oh, these are background buildings. Front buildings, I will boost the saturation a little bit just to make even more separation with the color. So something like this. And also I need to do it for the smaller spaceships. So they are here. Let's copy this, Control or Command G, paste it. And yeah, I will use these. Copy them here, and that's cool. Now let's tweak it a little bit, like that. Let's see. I think this is cool. Okay, for now let's leave it like that. We'll see later if we will tweak it even more or not, but it's not bad. Let's go with this. I think something like this looks pretty decent for now. All right, about the saturation, I will lower it. Oh, not here. I will lower it a bit. So something like that. I will not go with the astronaut with the same settings, because I will separate it by adding some cool smoke. But for now, this is cool. Now what I like to achieve here is, first let's add a sun. So in order to add a sun, I will go right there, create a new layer, name it sun. Okay, and I will go with rectangular marquee tool. Press and hold shift to make a round sun. I will see about the size, maybe like that. And then, okay, let's fill it. Actually, we can go with shift backspace and fill it with white. Okay, like that, deselect, and now we have really cool sun there. Okay, it will be somewhere here. So let's see if we make it smaller. I don't know, let's play with this. It's not bad, but maybe I like it bigger, maybe a little bit smaller, like this. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Would you like the sun to be bigger or smaller? Or, I don't know. Okay, so something like this. This is our sun. All right. This looks decent. Now let's add some additional elements like cables and smoke, etc. So how to do that? Well, I will first go with some background image here, and let's find it. It's right there. So I will go inside, create a new layer below it, and name it cables. In case you don't know how to create a layer below the current layer, just press and hold Control or Command on the Mac and click on the new layer right there. Okay, and I will use simple brush, like around 80% opacity. I will go with black color. Actually, not black color, but let me show you. If I hide this and sample this color, this will be a right color for us. So this color, smaller brush. Okay, and now you can see, perfect. It's right what we want. So I will create a few cables here. I don't know where, maybe a few here, like this. Barely noticeable, but it's there. Maybe a few, maybe a few here, like this. Maybe smaller ones. Maybe like that. Okay, just some cool effects. Maybe one cable that is going, this is a big cable, big mess. Maybe something, I don't know, maybe like this. Maybe, why not? We can do whatever we want. So this is for the back image. And also we can do something here. Like that. There are already a few cables here and there. Now let's do the same for the foreground image. So foreground buildings. It's right there, create a new layer, name it cables. By the way, guys, you can download this finished PSD file on my Patreon. The link will be down there in the description. So if you want to use it for practice and to better understand what is going on here, check it out. All right, so let's go here for the cables. I will use exactly the same color, but this time make a bigger brush, a little smaller, like that. Okay, I will go with few cables that are going like here and here. Okay, and maybe, I don't know, maybe one here, maybe a little bit, one like this. I don't know, just for fun. There are like a lot of cables here. Is this even make sense? I don't know, but we can do like that. We can do like that. Okay, now let's add a little bit depth to these cables. So I will double click on this, okay, and I will go with inner shadow. Okay, let's zoom this, and I will go with top light because the light is all the way from the back, and just add a little bit of the brightness here. So this is cool. Let's see if I press OK. Yeah, this is cool. Maybe we can go like this and lower a little bit the opacity, and I can copy the same effect right there to these cables. Okay, and now all the cables has this kind of effect. Okay, just a little bit of the depth. What I don't like here is this effect is going like that, and this is because these cables are overlapping. So to make it better, we need to erase these cables and basically put them on a separate layer. So yeah, this is my mistake. So I will just fast forward this and make separate layers for these cables. And let's add this one. Okay, we have some cables also there. So we have a lot of details here, but actually these cables are not necessary. What I will add here, I will go with some smoke, and I will use my custom-made cloud dust smoke brush that you can get on my website for just $1. So there are a few of them. Come on. Right, it's right there. So I will use this one and use white color, and let's see, add a little bit of the smoke here. Like there is smoke going from here, white smoke going from here, who knows, but it's cool detail. Maybe smoke is going also from here. Okay, like that. And I like to add a little bit smoke right here at the bottom. Okay, and also I want to add a smoke. Let me show you right there. Just, this is smoke, just below the pipes. Okay, to separate them a little bit from the buildings. And actually on this side I will do something else. Let's delete the smoke here. Actually, let's delete everything, and I will just add a little bit of the smoke here. Okay, like that. And what I like to do here is to go to the pipes and add smoke for the pipes. So I will use exactly the same technique, but this time I will make like the smoke is coming from here and it's going up. Why not? Somewhere here there is some kind of leak here. Huh? Not bad? Not bad, but not great also. So let's fix it by adding a layer mask and use the same brush. Like this. Not bad. Let's make a little bit better. I'll fast forward this. Okay, it looks like this. I think it's better. Yeah, definitely. This one is a little bit better. Maybe to put it somewhere here, or no, here is okay. lower the opacity a little bit, like that. And I also want to add, let's see, a little bit dodging and burning. So I will go to this layer right there, and I will go with the curves, clip it to affect only the front buildings. I will make them a little bit darker, Control or Command I to invert the layer mask and go with really soft brush, this one, and with maybe 10% opacity. I just want to make this darker, maybe 20% opacity, like that, and also here a little bit darker. Also, I will go here to the gradient and just erase a little bit of the gradient here and here. I think this is too much, so let's see about this. That's okay, but here it's a little bit too much. And I think this is too dark, like that, just a tiny bit. Okay, let's see, a little bit here, a little bit here. All right, so I think this is cool. Now what I like to do is to get rid of the smoke for a moment. So this smoke and this smoke and where is another smoke? Oh, this is it. Okay, perfect. And this one here. And I will use this amazing plugin from my friend Mario. I really love it, from Composite Nation. It's called Oniric, and it's for realistic glow effect. By the way, if you don't know how to add a glow manually, we can do this completely manually, but I love to use Oniric. You can watch a few of my videos about the glow effect. You can find it on a link right there. But for now, I will go right here, click New, and you will see the magic. Right, so I will go with X-ray and go with threshold and maybe like that. Let's see. And colorize this. Perfect. Maybe to lower the exposure a little bit, like that. And I will press OK, save. All right, I will bring back the smoke here, here, and here. Already beautiful, I really love it. And this smoke right there, I can colorize it a little bit. So I will go with hue and saturation, clip it to affect only this one, and I will say colorize, and just a little bit of that color right there. I like it. We can make it darker or brighter, but I think this is okay. So let's see before and after. Yeah, a little bit of the color. That's beautiful. Okay, now this is already much better than what we started with. And now we can add a little bit more. We can go right here and use hue and saturation adjustment layer, clip it to affect this Oniric. And we can play with different tonality. So maybe like that. And also now let's go back to the background. I will collapse all of these groups just to make a little bit more room for other ones. And here can go right there, and I can hide this one and maybe use the original one because it fits a little bit better here with this orange sky. I like it. So, or I can go just and lower the opacity. But there is a bug in Photoshop, so yeah, let's see. First we can lower the opacity, or we can put it into overlay, maybe blending mode or soft light. Let's see, soft light, and also with the Oniric. This is good. So let's go right here. I like it very much. Also, I will fast forward and add a little bit of the light rays. So in order to add light rays, this is how I will do it. Let me show you really quickly. This is the sun. I will go and add, like, for example, this is one light trail will be right there, and fill it with white color. Then another one will be right there, for example, and and fill it with the white color. And you know the drill, it will be like that. Just me quickly show you blur. I will blur this a little bit, okay, and I will use the layer mask and use the gradient, black gradient right here, so black to transparent, and maybe like that. And then I can go with lower the opacity and so on and so forth, but I will do this out of the camera a little bit better and come back quickly. Okay, this is what I end up with. I add a little bit of light rays all over around and merge them into one basically layer, so it's really destructive workflow, but it doesn't matter, it will use just for this purpose of adding light trace. It can be without, also looking cool, with light trace, also looking cool. Let me know down there in the comments which one you prefer, with the light trace or without light trace. And now I will go and merge everything into one layer with Shift Control Alt E and convert this to smart object and go with a filter and go with a camera, and we will add a final color correction and a little bit of film grain etc., and this will be really cool. So let's do it. I like to use Nicolor FX Pro to add a film grain. You can do that in camera, but I really like it here. So let's see something around. This is my preference, so you can do however you want. Okay, and maybe a little bit, like 50 is okay. Film contrast and press OK. And let's wait for a few seconds, and this is how it looks. So this is our final image. I really like how it came out, and let's see. This is what we started with. This is before practically with the background that we made. And after adding this atmospheric effect and cables and smoke and everything, color grading, this is how it looks. It's really, really big difference and I really like it. So let me know down there in the comments, what do you think about this? Let's bring back the astronaut and the pipes, but this is before and this is after. I think it's a really, really drastic difference and we made big impact to this photo. Now that you know how to create some cool atmosphere in your photos, if you want to learn how to create some special effects, some VFX in your photos, check out this video and see you there. Bye bye.